What's going on, everybody? GemMint here, and today we got to react to the new Batman premium format by Sideshow. When I reacted to their new Superman, I was hoping we would get some sort of companion sculpted cape quarter scale Batman to go along with it, and here we are. They delivered one. Now, when this was teased, though, it kind of was met with mixed reactions. People were not digging the portrait, and I can understand those criticisms. There's still going to be some of those here today, but right away I loved that it was a comic version. It almost looked like it was like Copper Age inspired, maybe late 70s, early 80s. Let's start by taking a look at the reel that Sideshow has put out. Man, this is a large piece. So it looks much better than how it looked in that tease. I don't know, the picture was not really flattering, but here we are. Man, look at that cape, big cape swooping behind him. Blue and gray, massive top of a building base. Got a lot of the bats going on. Here we go. Yeah, there's the bats, some smoke, a lot of bats around that arm. Classic outfit. Yeah, it's giving me like a Copper Age vibe. Martin Canali. We're going to take a look at his Instagram too because he shared the sculpt with us. All right, cool. So that's that. Let's take a look at the piece. So already up for pre-order, $690. That feels like a really good price. It's a quarter scale piece, but it is very large. She just shared the dimensions, but we'll take a look at them here as well. It's expected to ship maybe at the end of the year, somewhere between then and the first quarter of next year. So Martin Canali, I think it was also Daniel Bell? No, just Martin. Derek Rosengrant on the paint. Chi Izuma as well. Sideshow design and development team. Let's take a look at the about here. So 27 inches tall, 21 wide, 20 deep. So he's on top of a church steeple. Got a colony of bats swarming around him. It morphs into his long billowing cape. I like the long cape. I'm a fan of that. So it is fully sculpted. All right, cool. Let's take a look at it. So here's the first picture. Yeah, the only criticism that I really have is the face, not so much the portrait. I'm a fan of the long ears. I'm a fan of that Kelly Jones look. And when we compare this to the sculpt, it almost looks like it might be on the paint that kind of is giving it that look. But you know what? Everything else, though, I'm really digging. I like the tall, lean look of Bruce. Again, I love the flowing cape. Not really a fan of all the additional bats. Prime 1 does that a lot, but I understand they want to go for the artistic look. You got this top of the church steeple. Here's another look at Bruce. Yeah, again, he has like a very slender build. I guess lean would be the best way to describe it. The last Martin premium format was like that bulky, beefy Bruce Wayne. This one's got more of a lean build. Again, it reminds me of like a Bronze Age vibe. He's still very cut up. He got the muscles, the veins going in there. Again, a lot of the bats coming around the arm. I'm interested to see what it looks like. It says it morphs into the cape. Got those long ears. I am a fan of it. We'll talk more about the portrait if there's a closer look here. But it looks like he's got like some of the line from the grappling hook. Another angle from the side looking down at Gotham. Love the costume aesthetics, that bright yellow utility belt. Definitely looks like a younger Batman, right? The face looks a little bit smooth. We're used to seeing that old kind of 5 o'clock shadow look. The bats have some good detail, nice detail in the wings. I like these shots. Keep on including what it looks like next to a regular person. So that gives you an idea of the scale. The apples ain't doing it these days, right? Here's another one with the measurements, 27 inches tall. This is a large piece, man. You saw it next to that person. I think there's a shot next to some other statues too, which is good for some perspective. Here's more details on the base. Oh, here we go. So actually, it looks like the bats mixed with like some smoke or mist morphs into the cape. Got the rooftop here. Hopefully we get a closer shot of that. Yeah, it looks like there is. Yo, look at this cape. So the last premium format, not the Martin Canali, but the one that had that draping long cape. It looked like a curtain. I think that was my favorite quarter scale Sideshow Batman to date. Even with the little nitpicks on the portrait, I do think this has got to be the best quarter scale Batman from Sideshow at least, right? Best quarter scale of all time? Probably. I like how even though he's got a large cape, that you can still see his back, because that's a lot of times something that gets covered up in these type of statues that have these long sculpted capes. But it's kind of lifted up in such a way where you can still see the detail on his back, the legs, the boots. Looking pretty decent from all angles. all angles so far. And now look at this. It almost looks like the cape is open, like you're looking at it from the front here. I like how it spreads out like that. That's pretty interesting. Here we go, swooping again around him, turning into the bats. So it has this nice flow to it, right? Almost has like this S shape. This video is brought to you by Bad Music, issue number 1. Following the battle at the Ninja Funk Dojo and the capture of BB, Bad Music retreats to their headquarters at the Nexus. With the love of Laser Wolf's life as irresistible bait, there's no doubt in Queen Bad's mind that her nemesis will come knocking and she's ready for them. Will Laser Wolf, JPG McFly, and Wolfgang see the trap for what it is or run headlong into disaster? Find out in Ninja Funk Bad Music number 1 in stores on May 15th. It looks like there's no exclusive either, so this is the only portrait, the only place where I think there's really nitpicks. Everything else looks amazing, but it looks kind of like very narrow right here. Something with the eyes doesn't seem right either, although I love the whited out eyes. I think what it is that they painted black where Martine really intended it to be white. So here's a good example. See, when he sculpted it, it was all white there, but on the paint job, it looks like they painted black around the eyes, and it kind of makes them look a little too small, maybe too far apart. So I don't know if that's something that they'll revisit or if that's just, it is what it is. I like the head sculpt in itself, the ears, the head, the cowl, the furrowed brows, the nose looks good. I just feel like the eyes is probably the big thing that's throwing me off here. And I guess I don't really love the face. But it looks like it is supposed to be a younger version of Bruce, right? Look by the choice in the paint and everything. Looks like he's got a younger face for sure. Here's a close-up of the bats going into the cape. All right, here's what I wanted to see. Man, this is a really cool design. And that's the thing with Sideshow. They're always giving us like those artistic takes. So you have like this, again, bats in smoke morphing into the cape, going around this building. You have these bronze kind of gargoyles. Very cool. Let's see what else did Martine share with us. So yeah, the eyes look so much more bigger and more pronounced. You know what? They didn't share that picture in comparison that I was talking about. Let's see if we can find it somewhere else. Yeah, I can't find that picture anywhere, but I'm over here in Batman Statue Collectors Facebook group. Shout out to Chris. Yeah, so here's somebody, who was this? Jeff. He posted these side by side, so you could definitely see where they painted the black, right? It's got to be that. Let me see if I can find that other comparison picture. Here we go. Shout out to Jonathan Moreno. So I think it's great that Sideshow continues to give us these comparisons because we typically own a lot of these pieces, right? So here's a 1/6 scale Batman and Catwoman Dio. I think this was supposed to be 1/6 as well, Batman from the animated series. So you can get an idea of the size of this premium format. I would like to see it stacked up next to other PFs. I would really like to see it next to that Superman, but that gives you a really good idea of the scale. And even though, like I said, there are some nitpicks within that portrait, I think overall it's a really impressive piece. It's got to be the best quarter scale Batman out. Let me know what you guys think. Is this the best quarter scale Batman of all time so far? Let me know in the comments down below. Appreciate you guys watching. Stay minty fresh. Peace.